says that, yes, it says, verse 26, it says, with the washing water by the word. When you speak the word to a woman or to your wife, and she's just not moving, she's not listening, but you speak it just right, and you speak the correct word, and you speak to her spirit according to the knowledge of her, there's the intimacy that comes. There's some changing that goes on within a woman, and I can speak for myself. There's a change that comes to go. There's connect, and I continue to use the word connection because it's in my spirit all morning. There's connection. I'm being pulled to you as you're speaking the words. Because we understand words create life. So if you're speaking the right words, you're going to get the results that you want from me. And so also it's and for women, I jumped on the bandwagon for the man, but also for the woman, the instructions for women. A man will tell you what he desires. He will not cut corners. He will tell you, my husband tells me all the time, this is what I expect. So there's no confusion of, well, I wonder if he want me to do it like this. Or I wonder if he want me to do it like this. I found with my husband that you make it very simple. A man, you all are short with words, if I can say.
Cut and dry.
Yeah, cut and dry. You don't have to paint a picture. You're just cut and dry. You use as many, you use less words as possible to get your meaning across. And so I understand that I have to, as a wife, I have to listen carefully to what you're saying so that I may do what you say so that we can get the result. Because there's some things that I desire that comes up that I desire of you.
But you see, the thing of it is understanding here that when I'm speaking, you stop thinking. You follow me?
Exactly.
Listen to me. When the male is speaking or the man is speaking, stop thinking. Because you're thinking past what he's saying and you're overthinking what he's saying, and you're trying to put all this here together and say, well, this is what he wants. And they just tell him it's very simple. This is all I want right here. You understand? And when we do that, men, we do the same thing. We try to outthink our wives too. But see, that's an issue that we have instead of coming to a place of communication. Because in this communication, this is how your dreams are established. These are how you set your goals. Your goals are established in this here. Your plans for your relationship, or or when you're going through situations on your job and stuff like this here, because there's an open door of communication. You know what I'm saying? And in this communication, understanding these words here, right here, watch this, because this thing is going to tie in. This is beautiful. These words here tie into love. Because see, when I'm gentle with my wife, you know what I'm saying? I operate in the fruits of the Spirit. And because I'm operating in the fruits of the Spirit, I'm opening the door of love and communication. Now she understands I love her because I'm willing to communicate at a different level, opposed to trying to impose my weight upon her as in you're supposed to honor me.
And you get the resistance every time we have that attitude. Man, I'm telling you, that resistance comes. Not that we want to come, but there's a resistance. Because, and usually I find the resistance is when there's no love.
When there's what?
No love.
When there's what?
No love.
And understanding that it's love, because that's what we got to get to, because we're using all these illustrations, so therefore people can understand when love comes. You understand? Because there's a difference in belief, and there's opposed to understanding love. And notice right here in verse 25, it says, husband loves your wife just as Christ also loved the church. Now, and watch this here, and gave himself for her. And then a lot of times you look at it, women, as he's supposed to sacrifice for me. He's supposed to bring me gifts. He's supposed to bring this, and all that is true, and it's fine. But it's much more to than that, because see, that's the surface. Because see, if you get to the root of your relationship, it's got to be grounded in love. And when you're grounded in love, that opens each other up freely to go out and bring the gifts in. You understand me? To bring, to bring the money in. You understand me? Because based off our lives in this society, what helps us feel that we are doing and accomplishing anything is surrounded with money. You know what I'm saying? The Word of God says, right, money answers all things here. And then it says over in that 1 Corinthians 7, you know what I'm saying? Wife, their cares are for the cares of the world. Don't mean they have lust for the world. They just they want a house to live in. They want food for the children. They want clothes. You know what I'm saying? And their focus is on having these things where men, sometimes we say, look here, it's buckle down time. You have to grind through this here season right here where the woman is saying, no, I need food. And the man said, no, we can do this here tighten up a little bit. We can go through this here, but the woman says, no, we need shelter. You following what I'm saying to you? So Christ, he came and he did a little bit more. Let's watch this in verse 27. It says that he may present her to himself, a glorious church, not having what? Spot nor wrinkle or any such thing, but she should be what?
Holy.
And without, that she should be holy and without blemish. Now he's talking about the church. Now he's going to come and say that husbands ought to love their own wives as their own bodies. I like this here part right here. He who loves his wife loves, he who loves his wife. Listen to what the word writer said here. He who loves his wife loves himself. And he said, this is what he's saying here. He said, I can identify husbands, those who love themselves, by how they love their wives.
And you know, that goes back earlier what we said. Now, I don't like that. It says, he who loves his wife loves himself. So we understand that when you love, as we said earlier, if you're loving yourself, there's nowhere where you find that, oh, I need to call myself pain today.
Right.
Oh my gosh, I need to just go to the wall and continue to pound my head because I did something wrong or whatever. When you love yourself, you do not think of harming yourself at all. And so in the same sense, that when you love your husband, when you love your wife, you do not have a sense of, I need to hurt her.
Right.
I need to cause her some pain.
Right.
You know, that pain is not in the equation of love.
It's not. It is so far from it. And but understanding here, but I like to go back to 27, that he may present her to himself, glorious. So therefore, there means Christ, he takes time, and he romances us with his word.
And that means that he takes time that he's ever in our